I'm Shirley Ann Jackson, president of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, and that's in Troy, New York, and Hartford, Connecticut. Rensselaer is the oldest private technological university in the United States, and fully 50 to 60% of our students are in engineering. And we, of course, have been known for educational innovation and research, but we are always looking for new ways to educate future innovators and to focus them on enterprises that make things that ultimately relate to our national security, our energy security, and therefore our ultimate economic security. I also have the privilege of serving for President Obama on the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology, where I co-chair the Innovation and Technology Committee with Eric Schmidt of Google. And we are moving down a pathway with a specific series of studies we're going to undertake, but the first being on advanced manufacturing, as well as on the nexus of new technologies with the creation of new industries and the role of new technologies in existing enterprises. And so from both of those points of view, I guess I would like to have us focus, or at least share my understanding, that in the end what we're talking about is innovation, whether we're talking about innovation within existing enterprise or as the basis of the creation of new enterprise, and therefore that what we're talking about is an innovation ecosystem. And so there are three key elements I would just briefly mention. The first is that we cannot lose sight of the need for support for research and development as the basis of innovation. But as we do that, we have to look at what happens at the connect points along the innovation chain from whether it's a new process development or an actual discovery or innovation, to how it goes into commercial operation, because it's usually at those connect points that advantage can be won or lost. The second, which is a broad area, is one of infrastructure. But when I speak of infrastructure, I speak of four kinds of infrastructure. One is obviously physical infrastructure. The second is financial infrastructure. The third is business process infrastructure. And the fourth, which really relates to my business, is human capital infrastructure. Because there is no innovation at whatever level without innovators, and there is no manufacturing without well-educated, well-skilled, continually learning workers. And that says that as we look at training programs, we have to look at how they relate in terms of broad applicability, the ability of workers to adapt, and their portability. And as we look at our science and engineering talent, we have to make sure that we tap the complete talent pool. And that implies we do have to be open and make sure we remain so for the attraction of international talent. But we also have to recognize that we need to tap our domestic talent pool and ensure that we have the educational bases for being able to do that. And then the third key element is what I call the nexus of the regulatory, economic, and broader public policy framework. And that's whether we are looking at hurdles or incentives for new types of enterprises, such as new ways to make vaccines, or looking at cellular-based methodologies for testing new pharmaceuticals, to all the way to obvious tax policies that have to do with incentives or non-incentives for manufacturing here, but also for continual investment in R&D. And so I hope we have the chance to think about that, because each one of us comes from our specific framework. But if we don't think about this connectivity along the line and what happens at those connect points, they become branch points. And if we branch in the wrong direction, there's no point in having this discussion. Thank you.